Hello everyone, this is Cacti and Carnivores here, and today I'll be doing another plant log, so let's get into it. Um, so let's start with our, the big Christmas cactus, sorry. It's doing pretty good. I think they finally, all the Christmas cacti slash Thanksgiving cacti have all like started to settle down with their growth, and I think they're starting to put out flower buds. There was one, right here. So that's cool. There's a couple really small ones. They're kind of hard to see right now. So within time, it's around October. You should probably know that. So they all are starting to put out balls or flowers. You can barely see these ones. You can see right there, little. You can see a little bit right there, and this one, I believe this one is actually like confirmed. This one right here. Looking at some of its potential buds that you can barely see, like right there. It's kind of hard to see, but they're a tad darker than the rest of them. Than the other white flower buds. So it's gonna be nice to see that one flower, see all of its growth finally pull through. I might not let it flower like a lot, or probably just once, or like with one couple flowers. Might take off some, pull off some buds, because it takes a lot of energy from the plant, and they can actually grow and be a lot like more vigorous in the coming seasons. And it is kind of a young plant. For this one, I let this one flower, because to be honest, I'd be perfectly fine with it growing a little bit less. It is kind of going out of control. But yeah, that's just Christmas cacti for you. The Nepenthes has, I believe it is like completely sort of like changed from how it was when I first got it. It has started, it's put out 2 pictures now. I believe this one didn't open the last time I looked at it, and it looks pretty good. It's slightly smaller and kind of asymmetrical. You can see right here on the peristome right there that it's kind of screwed up compared to that one. And I think that's because it's winter and it's sort of settling. Well, not really settling. They're tropical plants, so it might just kind of go through a little like hiatus, if that makes any sense. It might slow down a bit, but it'll pick up pretty well in the spring. You can see this leaf is a lot smaller than these ones right here, and it's one more picture's coming. I'm not sure about these two. This one looked like it was gonna vine around here, which would have been interesting, but it kind of just let go, I guess. It's kind of odd. Yeah, and you can see that with this last picture right here, the last of sort of the tiny pictures, has shriveled up and gone away, thus leaving these sort of bigger, more developed ones. And I believe that signifies sort of an age with the plant. So it's definitely changed. It's definitely grown. I like the pictures. I always kind of have an affinity for smaller plants, especially Nepenthes. I mean, the big good like pictures are really gorgeous, but there's just something about like a little like 3-inch plant that kind of can sit on a windowsill without having like a bunch of like support around it. I don't know. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything up here. Down here we got our sundew seeds. Hold on a second. Still nothing has grown. I'm gonna give this a little miss, actually. The tops of the soil have been getting dry, and something about the sphagnum moss as opposed to peat moss makes it very, very, very absorbent of water, and it starts to get algae like freaking crazy. and it annoys me a little bit. And not only that, but these seeds are not growing. I think I planted these in March, and it's like 4 months or something. I don't know. I'm not good with months. Don't call me stupid for that. I don't think anyone will, but whatever. This Venus flytrap, it's gotten a lot bigger. Some of its traps are frying. They're turning like red. That's bizarre. I think it's grown quite a bit, to be honest. I like it as a little clump right now. And I'm actually, like, it looks big enough, and because of the cool weather, it's been like 70 degrees, and for the highs today, because it's sort of fall at the moment, I'm thinking of putting it outside, maybe to get some extra sun, and then get a good dormancy. The winters here are very mild, so who knows, maybe it might help it. They can be skipped. They can skip one dormancy when they're really young, and have only lived like 1 year for growing purposes. But, you know, I'm not quite sure. Sphagnum moss right here, sphagnum, I'd say is doing pretty well. Definitely looks like it's grown a liking to the new soil, or no, the new environment, being placed up on this windowsill back here where it gets more sunlight. This clump died a couple weeks ago, but everything here seems to be growing well. Looks nice. So yeah, this is doing okay, not like amazing. I am planning on trying to get it to grow amazing. So I have been looking a lot for online sort of like plant lighting. I'm not entirely sure of what I want to grow. Maybe sundews, they're kind of small, but look very nice. The penthes, also cool plants. If I got a little bit extra humidity and heat, I could grow some nice looking, maybe Ampullarias, Rafflesianas, Lowlanders. But sadly, I'm not even certain like really what I want to grow, and I don't know like how to like turn this space into a sort of like indoor grow area, and what kind of lights I should use and what kind of setup. I've been looking around, but I haven't seen anything interesting, so if anyone can help me with that, I'd appreciate it. I doubt like I'm gonna get more than like one comment on this video because of the size of my channel at the moment, but you know, who knows. So yeah, that's pretty much everything here. It's kind of late in the day, I'm sorry about that. So let's go outside. Alright, so we are outside. It is late in the day. Kind of nice actually. It's like 68 degrees or so. And it feels very nice. It's better than 103. And pardon the my family's watching TV. So if you hear an occasional then that's just my family doing stuff. So yeah, let's look at our the cacti here. They're looking a tad skinny, or at least kind of stressed. There's a lot of red on this one. And sort of some weird, like, elongated growth. That's kind of just the water situation. I've been watering them a little bit less to slow them down for winter. I've been skipping every week. I've only done it for 1 week, so usually I water them every week. I'm going to water them every 2 weeks or so, so they can get a little bit of water while still settling in for dormancy. This one seems to have done pretty well. Yeah, this one's been putting out flowers just every so often. Seems to be an easy flower thing. It's very black in the center there. I hope that's nothing important, or like negative for the plant. I just watered them today, that's why the soil's all wet. So, yeah, they've all been doing good. The carnivorous plants over here, they've been doing as good as they are. Let's start with the Sarracenia. It's looked pretty well, looked pretty nice. It is fall, so it's not going to look fantastic. And I haven't like cut any like dead leaves back because it's kind of cluttered in there, being like 4 or so rhizomes. But yeah, like from the judging by the new growth, like right here, it's looking relatively healthy. Some cool or some dark red in the traps. So yeah, it's doing good. Venus flytraps, I think I've been slowing down for the winter. Whatever. Excuse that. The Venus flytraps here, like, they've kind of abandoned their spring growth. This is the last, unless you count this shriveled thing back here, but that's the last of the spring or summer traps for here. Spring's early summer. You can see some late autumn growth here. They're not doing good, but I guess they've been decent now. This looks like an okay trap. They've been kind of rough, these plants in particular. This one just looks like a rhizome with some leaves on it. I mean, that's what all of these plants are right here, but this one especially. It looks to be growing, I guess. I don't know. I'm not concerned for these because, to be honest, other than like surface growth, they've been relatively healthy. There's you can see roots, so I'm guessing they've got a pretty well-established root system. So we're seeing a little bit of improvement. It's also fall right now, and I'm just gonna guess and treat them like they're they're in dormancy right now. Kind of keeping them a little bit moist as usual, but sort of just like, you know, they're probably just, I'm treating them as dormant plants. So in that terms, they're okay, just kind of plants. These ones, I don't know what's up with this one in particular, but it looks relatively nice. It's a small typical. It got some color in the traps. They've colored up quite a bit. We can see some of these old traps dying out, and these new ones. You can see the growth pattern changing. That's what I like about these plants when they improve their growth, or they continue growing. You can see like a change in habit of their growth, and it's satisfying for me. This maroon monster, I'm really liking what it's doing. Also slowing down in growth. There's 2 plants here, this other division. I can turn back there. It's doing good. Taking slower, more and more time to put out traps, but it's still chugging along. You can see that it has caught a fly. Hold on. Might want to see right. You can see a wing, and that is pretty cool. So yeah, these 2 plants doing pretty good. These 2 plants, okay, a little bit better than last time. And these Walmart typicals over here, I believe I finally got rid of the aphid problem. And so they're doing good. You can see right here at least that there is some like very late summer ground hugging traps. And so I'm guessing they're doing okay now. They've got some nice color in the traps though. It's deformed, sure. I'm guessing that's because of the pesticides and the aphids kind of screwing them up a little. They don't seem to be too harmed by it. They look okay as far as insect damaged plants go. But other than that, they're doing pretty nice. And I like the extra color, the little boost of color in the traps. So they're doing okay. That's everything. I'm sorry for uploading this video a day late. School, again, is catching up with me, and I need to catch up with it. So, yeah, that's everything. Goodbye.